My day-to-day diet supplementation training right now is extremely strict. In the off season, I'm not too worried about what I do eat. I know that I train very, very hard. In some cases, I even do train because I love food. So in some cases, I do even train with a little bit more intensity during the off season so that I can eat the foods that I enjoy. I've never restricted myself, I never will. Obviously during competition prep, I do need to restrict myself. It's vital. The more times you compete, the more you learn how your body responds. So I know now that I just need to have 110% trust in the process. 5 weeks ago, my legs didn't have lines, but I'm not worried because I knew that, coming in from my past experience, it could be that it happens in the last couple of weeks that, the abs come out, the leg lines come out, but they will come out as long as you're consistent, you're sticking with your cardio, you're not venturing out of that diet plan whatsoever. You need to trust your coach. You cannot go and take advice from other coaches, other people who may influence you in the gym and say, oh, but my coach said that I need to do this. It's like, oh, okay, well maybe I'll try that as well. That's not going to work because every coach has their own theory. It's not necessarily that coach is incorrect, it's just that coach has their own theory which is unique for your experience, unique for your body. So you need to listen to that 110%. So all my contest preps have pretty much been the same. I'm a very, very headstrong person, so if I've got a goal in mind, I'll do my absolute best to get there. And all along as well, I'll also try and remain as positive as I possibly can because I know that I'm the one putting myself in this position. Nobody's forcing me to do a competition. Nobody's forcing me to restrict myself. I'm not going to go around and expect people to go, oh, poor Rachel. It's fun, it's a process. It's watching your body change and watching areas of your body come up and doing the best that you possibly can. It's an achievement in itself. So if you're doing a contest prep, just think positive the whole way through. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have days where you're going to feel like crap, like for example, last week I was in a very, very negative headspace. It wasn't because I felt, that I looked bad. I knew that I looked good. I'm happy with how I look. It was just, there was actually nothing that triggered it whatsoever. It was just so many weeks of dieting and so many, there's a lot of pressure as well, a lot of pressure involved. So, it's all sort of got a little bit overwhelming and, work as well on top of that. It just got a little bit much. So I just pulled back a little bit, kept to myself for a few days, focused on my training. And I find as well, kind of just watching YouTube videos as well of other people that are doing, contest prep too. Like there's a few people from the States that I listen to, the vloggers, and they're quite inspiring as well. And knowing that they're going through the same process too really helps me as well, knowing that I'm not alone. You do feel very, very alone. You feel like you're in a bubble and you're very, very restricted, especially when it comes to social events. Pardon me, I can't go out right now and have dinner. I mean, I can, but the last thing I want is people kind of asking me, why are you doing this? You can have a little bit of this, you can have a little bit of that. I don't want to be around that. I'd much prefer to just, in the last couple of weeks, just kind of tone things down a little bit and just relax and just go about my, training, sleeping, training, work. That's pretty much it. So that's the way that I come into it stress-free anyway. So, but other than that, there's not a whole lot that I've changed from, not so much in the headspace from my very first comp to now. My headspace has always been the same, but my diet's changed a lot. I've learnt that my body responds better to higher fat, higher protein, little bit of carbohydrates just around training time. Whereas my first competition, I was still eating, I think, carbs with every meal, but only limited portions. But that's my body. Everybody is completely different. Coming into peak week now, we're at 8 days out right now. So peak week, it's a daily thing. I don't know whether I'm going to be sodium depleting. I don't know how long I'm going to be water loading for. I don't even know. My coach doesn't even know whether he's going to have me doing a carb load, a few days out. It depends on what state of depletion I'm in, how flat I am. If I'm looking a little bit flat, I may need to have, you know, like a carb load, whether it be rice or, you know, oatmeal, whatever. And also depending on how many days out that carb load is as well. And then competition day, I never snack on lollies and burgers and all those things. I see a lot of people doing that backstage. I don't know why they do it. It might just be that, you know, they could be, you know, looking a little bit flat themselves. It might be to get a little bit of vascularity through, that's fine. But for me, myself, being a figure competitor, I find the less I have in my stomach, the flatter my stomach is on stage. So during pre-judging and finals, I'll have something, I'll just have my normal meals. I'll have chicken and I won't go too crazy on the vegetables, pretty much just protein and fats only throughout the day. And then small sips of water as well, because I find if I have a big gulp of water, I'll bloat very, very easily. So it's very, very temperamental. I won't have any supplementation on that day either, because I try and restrict the water as much as I can, but just small sips here and there. And that's pretty much comp day. And then nighttime I do get judged highly after my competition. It's pretty much a table full of food, so but that's fine, you know, it needs to be done, so I have all the foods, cake. And that's, yeah, pretty much my diet for the past 30 weeks. Soon it's just going to be back to, I'll pretty much be having the same foods coming into, reversing out of the diet. Reversing out of the diet is quite important as well. I find I mean, you're going to have cheat days. You're going to have, most likely you're going to have 2 or 3 days of binge eating. You know, it's hard to restrict yourself of that. And I'll be honest, I do. And I'll blow out a little bit, I'll, you know, carry a lot of water. It's not necessarily fat. I may put on 5 or 6 kilos, but I know that that's just a lot of water retention as well. I'm quite puffy, but when I come home, back into training, push everything back out again, back onto, I will weigh my foods up. For the, you know, maybe the next couple of months after, you know, reverse dieting out of the contest prep. So, and also slowly implementing carbs back into my diet as well. So, and then from there, it's just I probably won't weigh my foods up all the time. So it's pretty easy going coming into off season. So my day right now consists of watching the Kardashians. Like, that's, turn that down a little bit. That's pretty much my life right now. So this is like just a general Saturday night for me. It's just sitting and, yeah, that's it.